Okay, good day everyone. Today we will dive into chapter 3 of Unit 3, and this is focusing on the technology that is rapidly reshaping how we work and live. And that's all about robotics and process automation or RPA. So you've likely heard these terms in sci-fi movies or news about job loss, but today we are going to look at the reality, especially how it applies to our local industries here in the Philippines. By the end of this session, I want you to be able to do more than just define these terms. You should be able to tell the difference between a physical robot and a software. Identify where they are being used in our country, like from BPOs to hospitals, and critically analyze the ethical gray areas that come with letting machines handle human tasks. So the core definitions, it's all about the foundations of physical and digital labor. So just to clear up some confusion, when I say robotics, many of you think of Wall-E or Transformers. In a technical sense, we are talking about hardware. So these are physical machines with sensors to feel and actuators to move. So they do the heavy lifting, the dangerous welding, or the high precision surgery. So the key here is interaction with the physical world. If it moves, grips, or sprays, it's likely robotics. So this is where gets interesting for local job market. RPA robotics, process automation is not a physical robot. There is no metal involved. Instead, these are software tools. Um, and think of RPA as a digital employee that lives inside your computer. So if you have a job that requires you to copy data from an Excel sheet into a database every day at 9 a.m., you can train an RPA bot to do it for you. So it mimics human keystrokes and mouse clicks, but it never gets tired and it never makes typo. So let's go to the local context. Why does this matter to us in the Philippines? So our economy is heavily supported by the IT, BPM, or BPO sector. So traditionally, thousands of Filipino were hired to do back office work. But today, companies like Accenture and Concentrix are using RPA to handle those repetitive tasks. On the physical side, is it there? On the physical side, look at our manufacturing and agriculture from semiconductor assembly at IMI to drones mapping banana plantations in Davao. We have that. Okay. In Davao, automation is no longer a future tech. It is already here. So the data, this data shows um, why companies love this RPA. So 95% productivity gains and near perfect accuracy. But we must look at the flip side. If a bot can do the work of five entry-level employees, what happened to those five people? So this is the job displacement challenge. In our country, where many depend on entry-level service roles, this shift requires us to upskill. So moving from being the person who does the task to the person who manages the. So you will see here that uh, one challenges maybe of this is also the implementation, as it needs to have a significant capital for the hardware and also the licensing. There will be for sure security risk as well as we said. So for an ethical reflection, we close with the question of ethics. As machines take over more roles, we have to ask who is responsible when an automated system fails. So if a medical robot makes a mistake, is it the doctor? Is it the programmer or the manufacturer? So moreover, we must ensure that automation does not just make the rich richer while leaving the digital less behind. So for closing, automation is a tool. Unlike any tool, its value depends on the hands that hold it. So if you have any question about it, you can send a message or maybe in our cheese. Thank you very much. I'll see you again.